Lucirin sees a ship in the distance, aiming its solar cannons at him. Now, as he gets closer to the ship, he notices a symbol for the United Defense Force. These are the guys that usually defend against piracy in the Septum Skies, but that doesn't matter because Lucirin is on a mission that he finds to be more important than the United Defense Force. He pulls from his sack bombs, arrows, and a bow, and he stabs the bombs with his arrows and begins to fire these bomb arrows straight back at the ship. Meanwhile, Pinoa is not even being directed. She knows exactly what to do. She's dodging, weaving around the solar blasts, and as he gets closer, he flies over the deck of the ship and dive bombs it again, just like how he did before. Only this time, a ring of bomb arrows follows him for a little bit of protection, and he draws his sword. Now, the men on the ship start pulling their swords. He immediately resorts to that blue, glowing state that we found him in before, and starts dodging and weaving around them. A few of them get him though, and he gets shot with a few arrows in the legs. He starts cutting his way through the soldiers, and the feminine voice that guided him before starts to lash out, starts to yell at him, because as he starts cutting through these soldiers, the blue starts to turn into a deep red, and he pauses for a moment, and he has a glimmer of an explosion. He hears the chant again in the back of his mind, and that pausing gives the sailors just enough moment to knock him over the head, and they take him to his captain. And Lucirin is still awake, but he's very dazed, and they bring him to the bridge of the ship. This captain's name is Donald Triton, where immediately the admiral looks at him and freaks out. And he hits the intercom button. He says, "Everyone stand down, stand down." He starts ordering people about to stop doing this, stop doing that, and start to contact Havenstone. And we get kind of a glimpse of who Lucirin is. He's a Sajan. You can tell by his glowing abilities. This is something that is common only with Sajans, or people who utilize foci. And Triton contacts one of his superiors. It's the director of the United Defense Force. And the director just is not having him at this point in time. He is very busy until he says that he's attacked a Sajan ship. And then the director stands up. It's very noble of this captain, but the director doesn't see his nobility as something to be accounted for. And he starts berating the admiral, and the director takes one look at Lucirin, and he loses it even more. He's like, "You don't even know what you're messing with. This is none of your concern. You need to take this man back to his ship right now." And so far, Lucirin has not said a word in our story, and Triton notices this as well, and he apologizes, and he's very, very cordial at this point, but he also asks him why he won't speak. And from then, the director shuts him off. He shuts him off immediately. He says that Master Lucirin has taken a vow of silence, and it is not to be addressed. Admiral Triton apologizes again, takes him to his ship, and just puts his head in shame. He can't believe the mistake that he's made. He thought it was smugglers or pirates or poachers or anything of the sort.